Hello everybody, and welcome to another fantastic video. Hey, today's subject's going to be on this Pioneer SX-V200. This stereo comes to us from the great year of 1985. This stereo sold for $219.99. It was the cheaper version of that year. There was a second version, the V300, which sold for a $50 bill more. Essentially, it's the same stereo. The difference right off the bat is this one here does 30 watts per channel. The other one does 45 watts per channel. Picked this up at my local second-hand store. I bought this to replace my current workbench stereo, which is a realistic STA-18, or correction, a 19, and that's an okay stereo. I thought that's what I wanted, thought that's what I needed, and it does the job. I just want something with a little bit more control, where this one here comes in, you got the tone control, where the other one does not. It has a switch that really don't seem to work. As stated, bought this at my second-hand store. As you can see imprinted right here, they wanted $10. And I was fat and happy to pay the $10, but by the time I got up there, the gal said, no, it's not $10. It's $3.50. Do you still want it? Well, yeah, of course I want it. There's at least $3.50 worth of parts in there, I was thinking, so yeah. I did try it at the store. It did fire up. It did work. As far as that's concerned, I don't know about sound. I had no speakers. Brought it home, hooked it up to speakers, and it did work. I was fiddling around with the controls because I'm really good at fiddling around with knobs and stuff. So doing that, I noticed that one channel wasn't really working too swell, and the volume control seemed scratchy. So working it back and forth, trying to see if it would manually break free and get the other channel to work. Well, the whole thing stopped working. And that's as far as I got. It's been sitting waiting for me to get to it now for about a month, and today is its lucky day. We're going to open this up, and there is a fuse either here or here, I forget where. This is the power supply section, so it makes more sense that the fuse would be there. We're going to replace that, see if it'll fire up. Like I said, it has been turned off for about a month. I've got it plugged in, and we're just going to sample to see if it comes back to life. We'll replace that fuse. This also, oh, now I remember why I'm pointing over here. This has a battery backup, but it's not just a standard battery backup for the memories. It has a super capacitor, and that super capacitor is a capacitor that's, well, really super. So I bought one. I didn't buy the exact same type that was in there. I bought a different body style, but I thought, well, it's a super capacitor, and you know what it looks like shouldn't make much of a difference as long as it's the same value and it'll fit in a hole, and well, we're both going to find out. There's a good possibility that the amplifier is dead, or the PA amp is gone, or something in that area. I haven't purchased any of that. I haven't even cracked the case. We're going to do that for the first time. I will go in here and clean the switches and controls and see what happens. Now, I've already had this hooked up to the speakers. Didn't blow any of my speakers, so I'm hoping and I'm thinking that I don't have any high voltage coming out of there. If I remember correct, we'll check that out as well. So with that said, let's reposition the camera and start the opening process on this. Forgot to power this up and demo it, try to demo it. So let's go ahead and do that now. Like I said, I have this on my isolation transformer. Actually, I may not have said that at all. But I have it on an isolation transformer. And we're going to throw the juice to the moose. Here we go. Oh, Shazamo. There we go. Okay, well that's rather exciting. let's give me a moment. I'll put some speakers on this, and we'll listen to it, but we'll still need to open it up just the same. I have some vintage realistic speakers hooked up to this, and I clipped on a FM aerial, and I'm positioned at a spot where I really can't see the stereo. I've got you more into it than I. So let's go ahead and turn this up, see what happens. Okay, I had to reposition myself, the stereo. I just could not see it where I was at. I was just all goofy. This would help if I had the tuner control turned on, maybe. Okay, so I don't have one speaker on.
Judy, the story of this podcast actually began right here on the News Hour. Oh, the story reported by next a bit from Jean Civilian later in the hour. Join us in support of PBS KBI. Presented episodes of Inside California Education. Explore California's community college system through student experiences tonight at 7:30 on K. Your P. Now we're performing Piano Concerto Number 9 with the Cologne Chamber Orchestra. Music by Haydn.
Alright, so here we lost volume.
Border, many face long waits to get in, which leaves them terrified that the criminals they fled will catch up. As member station KERA reports.
So this one here, I barely have any audio coming through. Let me put the speakers on B channel and see if it works any differently. Okay, I have the speakers rerouted to go to B channel. And so this will be the first time I've heard it with you.
By the end of the lesson, the sidewalk is covered in art.
And nothing on B channel.
This existence.
Pues caminas hacia un lado, caminas hacia otro. You walk to one side of the street, you walk to the other. For a while, you play with your kids.
The asylum seeker says she can only hope the wait here is worth it. For NPR News, I'm Mallory Falk in Cuba.
Sounds good.
You are listening to
Alright, so it appears that my right channel is dead on both A and B. So we need to crack the cover and let's see what's going on. So I got it opened up and look what I found on the inside. That kind of cool. I actually like that shot. And here's a head-on shot of that nest. Only one occupant. Looks like it might be home. And here's what it looks like on the inside. We have some corrosion right here. The board's really dirty. Real dirty. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk this out to the garage and hit it with the air compressor. And we'll see what happens. Probably some of the other steps I may take in trying to get this working is I'll go ahead and pull these and reseat them. See if they'll make a better connection. I will look for that supercapacitor. And we will change that out for sure. Here's a closer look at the carnage that's happening in this radio. I had taken it out and hit it with the air compressor. Then I thought I would just come in here and hit the controls with a little gunk and get an idea of where our next steps are, you know, if we need to go any deeper. But man, let me tell you, what an absolute PIA it has been to get to this point. Real time, we're probably talking it's been about an hour since that last clip, just so I can get to this point. Still haven't got the head removed. I believe I can get to the controls maybe. I haven't even really got that far, to tell you the truth. I've been trying to get this thing opened up. Yeah, it looks like I've got these controls actually go to sliders that are on the board, so I should be able to hit those just ducky without having to tear this apart any further. Thank goodness. Because these vintage clips are an absolute royal nightmare to try to remove off the board. I don't think they were designed to be removed off the board. I really don't know. I've got that one kind of unclipped and it's still not budging. I got one over here that you're not seeing off camera over there that I think I'll be able to put it back together. If you got any ideas on how to remove those clips, or if they are removable, let me know. That's about as far as I've been able to get. They are not coming up. So I don't know if they're compressed fit or if they're soldered. I do have access to this bottom board. You have to unscrew this from back here. Then you've got to remove the video board, and then I have to use a screwdriver and then pry the board up, and once that happens, move these, and now we have access to the bottom board. What's really nice about this is we really won't have to take it any further, not unless we need to, I don't think. There is a bottom plate right here that I do believe may cover everything we need. And that's what they're using for an amplifier in this. I haven't yet pulled that up to see if that's how accessible it is to replace that, or what the replacement is. And as you see, we got the preamps right there. And some big fat filter caps. And the fuse I was talking about earlier is right there. And while we're here, let me see if I can point this out to you. I'll bring it up here, but I'm going to have to use two hands. But there's a device right here that looks like a piezo speaker from a computer. That's the memory, the supercapacitor, and that's what I'm going to replace. Let me zoom in, use two hands, and then you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Okay, so able to get it in shot with one hand. So that is the supercapacitor, the memory that I need to change. So let me finish. Not finish. Let me go ahead and clean up the controls. And I don't think cleaning the controls are going to make it automatically come back to life. However, I might give it a shot to see what happens.